Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Good evening, one and all. Let's just have a change there. We are in our normal positions. Welcome to the Toon review on this Sunday evening. As, of course, we preview the Arsenal game tomorrow night. Kick-off 8 p.m. Live commentary right here with Billy the Badger at beginning at 7:30 tomorrow night. And hopefully we bring 3 points home to the Toon. Alex, as you can see, is back in Blighty. So don't worry if his internet goes a bit funny. It's not the kind of internet he's used to, but he is back and he is heading up to Newcastle tomorrow, where I'll be meeting him somewhere in Newcastle with his ticket if I remember it. Lots of texts, please tell me to remember it.
I'll text you.
I'm sure you will, yes. And of course, it's the last home game of the season. For me, a little bit disappointing that it's on a Monday evening because obviously the team will want to do a lap of honour to thank the fans as they do every season. But, you know, some fans are going to have to get away to get transport. And it's a bit of a bummer, Danielle, that it's a Monday night.
It is. It would have been nice on a Saturday. 3 o'clock, so that people have got all the time in the world to kind of stay and say thank you. In particular, because I know War Flags are planning 2 displays tomorrow, one before the game and one after the game. So as many people hopefully can stay behind to do the kind of display. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it because I feel like this season, the last few weeks have just dragged and dragged and dragged.
Yeah, definitely.
And looking forward to an exciting summer.
Guys, we have a very special guest in the green room who has made one hell of an effort to join us as an Arsenal fan tonight. We have Scott in Australia, and it's currently 4 a.m. Good morning, Scott.
G'day, guys. How are we going? Good morning.
We are very well. Would you just like to tell everybody, well, obviously you support Arsenal, but what the podcast is that you run over there in Aussie land?
Yeah, I co-host a pod called the IFT Pod, an Aussie Premier League podcast. I do that for Chelsea and a United fan. So always some good fun, but there's definitely plenty of Newcastle chat. Always nice to be with you, Paul.
It's kind of forced upon you, though, the Newcastle chat.
I sub to you guys.
Yes, yeah. You do, Danielle. I was on the show with them a good few weeks ago now. It was a really good laugh. And guys, I would highly recommend you go and check them out.
It's really good.
Yeah, you can watch it on reruns, or it's normally around 11, between 10 and 11 UK here, depending on when the lads set it up over there. But hats off to you, man, to get on the show, you know, tonight, our time, and 4 a.m. over there. That's an effort, man.
Thanks. Look, this is the life of an Aussie Premier League fan. This is a good kickoff time for us. So
yeah. Sum up Arsenal, Scott, because I know, you know, watching you guys, there's been some frustrating times this season, some good times. The North London derby we probably won't touch upon because I bet that's a very sore point, obviously, for you as an Arsenal fan. But where do you stand on Arteta? Because I see a lot going on social media saying Arteta's not good enough, etc., etc. But he's taken Arsenal to a much higher level, I think, this season.
Look, it's tricky because Arsenal's fan base doesn't need much to be divided. We tend to just fight for ourselves for the sake of it. But with Arteta, I think it's pretty simple. Has there been progress? Yes. Does that progress look really impressive? I would hope so after 2 consecutive 8th place finishes. So there has been progress. Some haven't been able to let go of the fact that again, we did finish 8th 2 seasons in a row. But fans like myself can see that rebuilds and things like this do take time.
Yep.
So overall, happy with where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think we're moving in the right direction, but there's still a hell of a long way to go for a club like Arsenal to get back to their former glory.
Yeah. A few comments have come in. We've got Matt saying, "Hi guys, does the merch ship to Norway?" It does indeed. Just click your country when you check out. I have to say, on the those of you that are ordering merch, the mugs anyway, if you're ordering personalized ones, can you make sure that you view your cart before you check out? Because in that way, it gives you the little special instruction box in order to put the name of who you want on the mug. I've had loads of emails saying, "Oh, I forgot to put a name on." It just helps us a lot easier to put the orders through when we match the names up to the special instructions. So if you go to always view your the cart before you check out. Diago says, "Do me a favor, Paul, go and watch Eki Teki." Wow, he's absolutely shocking. He's slow in counters, loses the ball in his feet. Whoever scouted him needs sacking now. I hate Chris Woods, but he's better than this kid. I watched Barry's video today, how Lukaku, which becoming clickbait. So sad. Eddie said we want to cut the age down in the squad. We're after Tarkovsky. I haven't watched the video, to be honest, and I'm not sure where Lukaku's name has come from, but that's just not going to happen. No. I can't see Lukaku coming to Newcastle in the absolute slightest. Matt says, "Never mind, just got my order in. Can't wait to drink coffee with a Toon mug. Cheers." Well, I was just given a shameful bit of advertising to one of the mugs. That's the personalised one there. Alex is having a shocking internet. Being back in Blighty. But hey ho. Chipper says, "To think this time next week we could be saying Everton relegated would be effing fantastic." Yes. I've never mentioned my hatred of Everton before. I've been very quiet on the subject, I have to say. Good evening, Paul. Good evening, Spider. Andrew says, "I've just received my first mugs. I bought 2 of them at glance. They looked very good quality until one of the handles fell off when I made my first cup of tea, Paul. You were the biggest mug." Wow. Well, Andrew, can I just say that no mugs have been shipped out yet? So, very interesting comment, Andrew. You've just made yourself look a complete arse there, my friend.
Just had a massive Sinclair, Andrew.
Indeed. So there you go. He's clearly a troll. Do you want to see this next message, Danielle? Because I know you like the trolls.
Oh God, here we go.
Of all them, will you please stop ripping people off selling these Chinese-made mugs? When people read this, they won't want to buy any. Well, there you've had another Sinclair, son, because we've had quite a lot of orders for them, my man. So you can stick your comments where the sun don't shine. And if I've got any advice for you, Andrew, take your face for a shite, son, and get off the channel. Yes. Goodbye. Gary, good evening. Ryan says, "I reversed my score prediction. 2-1 for Newcastle with Wilson and the SM scoring and Martinelli 1 for Arsenal. Scouse Macken's beaten 3-2, 2 red cards. Fingers crossed they keep this up. Please don't waste any time at all discussing Saudi issues. We like him, and that's enough. Screw the Southern Press wankers." Well said. Pedro says, "Good evening, Toon Review family. Hope everyone is feeling fab on this beautiful sunny Sunday. Is it still dark over there, Scott, on Monday morning?"
Pitch black, mate.
Yeah,
it's absolutely pitch black. So.
What time does the sun come up and the spiders come? All the snakes and that appear.
Look, the scary thing is the spiders are always about, mate. They're always around. The spiders, the snakes, kangaroos in the backyard.
Oh, sweet.
No, I'm exaggerating on a couple of those.
No, you're not. You Aussies do that. I know what you're like. My uncle lives in Brisbane, and you know what it is. I mean, listen. He was telling me once that my cousin actually, he put a glove on and he got bit by one of them redback things, and his hand swollen up to the size of his whole body. Not for me. You see the size of some of them bird-eating things over there, and it's like, Jesus. Geordie Toon for Life says, "Good evening, everyone. Anyone for some sticky toffee pudding? Believe me, it will taste fantastic tonight." Yes, it bloody will. Trolls, thank you for your 50 krona, mate. As usual, very, very kind. And Stephen Fraser, £100 super chat. Absolutely immense, mate. Thank you so much. And by the way, to that troll, Stephen has also, who was a very good benefactor to the channel, ordered some mugs. You're the mug, son. Get ordering them. Piss him off. Piss that troll right off by getting your orders in. God, I sound like bloody Del Boy now. I'll tell you what, I think it's going down to the final day of the season to see who's taking the third slot, down to the championship. This is good stuff. Alex, back in Blighty. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, my man. Where do you stand? How are you looking forward to being back at St. James's tomorrow and, under the lights?
I can't wait for it. Very, very excited.
Sorry, Scott.
I'm very, very excited. I do think they're overconfident. A lot of Arsenal fans seem to be thinking we're on the beach when we have prize money, places to play for. Every single player is currently in a job interview for their futures under the new owners. We've got Wilson and Trippier back. Trippier just got ragged a little bit for 10 minutes in his last match, and he's not going to be happy about that. The lads are going to be there, final home game of the season. And we need to destroy Arsenal because they have the same shopping list for the summer as we do. So we need to do everything in our power to stop them getting Champions League. So we are not going to roll over. We've got our best players back. They've got a few injuries. This is where we need to go out there and get a historic result and try and put as many past them as we can. I want to see more than a goal. And I think we've got it in us because Wilson looked hungry. He looked fit.
He did,
So I'm very excited, and I hope we put in a good display. So sorry to the Arsenal fans, but I'm excited for this one. It's going to be interesting. It might not go that way, but it's definitely got the vibe at the moment. It feels that way.
Yeah, I mean, Scott, it's obviously a massive game for Arsenal, given the position they're in. Obviously, Spurs winning today with a Harry Kane penalty. Believe it or not, I mean, it's just unbelievable. But Arsenal over the past few months, they've won some very good games. Then they've gone on a run of not winning some games. And Newcastle United, St. James's Park, under the lights, final game of the season for us. The atmosphere is going to be intense. Have Arsenal, do you think, got what it takes to get a result tomorrow? Or do you think it could be one of those nights where they don't turn up?
Look, it's a two-pronged answer. There's two answers to that. Do we have what it takes? Well, yes, we do, because we've obviously been able to pull out some really impressive results, going and smacking up Chelsea, which for me was great fun. And what we did to United, not that they're decent at this point in time, but can we win? Yes. But one thing that I worry about with Arsenal in particular is how they perform under pressure. It is still a very young squad. It's a young squad by the choice of our board and our manager, and I'm cool with that. Yeah. But one of the problems with a young squad is that moments of pressure, moments of intensity, like we saw against Spurs, and it can be a very different ball game. And we know that Newcastle fans always turn up. We know it's going to be a hell of an atmosphere there. And I think you're right. Newcastle still have plenty to play for. I'm actually significantly more nervous about this than the Everton match. And you would say that Everton probably have.
Well, we haven't lost at home since December, so I would be more worried about that.
And you've got a manager who's been listed for manager of the year. Like what Eddie Howe's done is fantastic with your squad. And I think it's onwards and upwards to Newcastle. But at the same time, I know we've got enough to beat you if we turn up.
Yeah. Do you know what it is, though? I think this is the potential to be one hell of a game tomorrow night, because Eddie Howe, we know how he wants to play. We know that he will not give up. He said that, the team are not on the beach. They are wanting to. It's the last game of the season. They'll be wanting to put a performance on. Arsenal will be wanting to put a performance on because they want top four. They haven't been in the Champions League now for how long is it? A few seasons now.
Too many.
Yeah,
Too many.
And they are desperate. So I think it could be an absolute end-to-end game tomorrow, because Callum Wilson should be back in the starting line. I would expect Kieran Trippier to start as well, given he's had a week's training, even if we just get an hour out of him. But Billy, I want to pick your brains on this one from Stephen about this guy, Ollie Holt, giving another full-page spread about the Toon supporters and all the alleged and all the away top debacle. Despite this, he will go on to the World Cup, as is in own words, we need to know about the games. Now, Ollie Holt is... Well, he's a bell end, to be quite honest. The man is a bell end. He has nothing good to say about Newcastle United. He has a ridiculous hairstyle. He has a ridiculous way of journalism, and he hates Newcastle United with a passion. And the way he speaks about us as fans is nothing short of disgraceful. So if I ever meet Ollie Holt, I will actually have a serious word in his ear, then rearrange him. Now, Billy, he's got to stop this, because as a journalist, he can't go on saying these things about Newcastle United.
I couldn't agree more. And it is all about Newcastle United, because he's been to Saudi Arabia for the Joshua world title fight with Andrew Ruiz. Accepted all the hospitality. Accepted all the hospitality. You know, he enjoyed himself down there in Saudi Arabia. And it is all about us. And it's because we are challenging the top six. And we're going to be taking one of their places. One of their beloved top six will be bumped out of it for a cash resurgent Newcastle United. That's all it's about. And he's trying to create that kind of doubt in people's minds. People won't care about it, to be honest, unless you support one of the top six, so-called top six.
But it has created a backlash, hasn't it? Whereas Danielle, I mean, you've had your say on it, when we've been talking about it behind the scenes, and it's sort of generated a fury in Newcastle fans that is to say, right, we are 100% behind our owners here, because whatever you say about human rights, that has nothing to do with Newcastle United supporters. Nothing at all.
No, but I think that the most insulting part of it for me is it's almost being classed as an ignorant fan base, because we have these conversations. We know about the human rights record. Do we like it? No. Do we want it to change? Absolutely. Do we encourage those conversations? Yes. So why does that matter about what colour shirt I wear? Why is a 40-year-old woman next month? Why can't I go into that shop and buy that shirt and wear it and still have those conversations?
Well, it sounds like there's going to be over 50,000 Newcastle fans purchasing this shirt, if indeed it is to be one of our shirts next season. And you're right. You're right. It people talk about the green and white. I mean, Magpie there says, are green and white allowed as font colours, or is that sports washing? The pitch is green with white lines. Is that sport washing? Is that the Saudi colours? It's pathetic.
Think the argument is that we've provided legal assurances to the Premier League that we are not owned by the Saudi state, and the fact that it's green and white and in the Saudi Arabia colours, it's almost like they're waving flags at the Premier League saying, come on, check it again, they're owned by a Saudi state. So where do you draw the line?
The PIF's branding is green and white. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we wore green and white top in 1998, we weren't owned by the Saudi state then. And what about Sheffield United when they wore their green shirt, when they're owned by a rich individual in Saudi? What about that? Was anything said about that? No.
Well, Sheffield United, part owned by the Saudis, had a green strip. Nothing was said about them.
Leicester with a tie away strip. PSG with the away strip that they had in the colours of Qatar. I mean, Scott, from an outsider. Yeah, Chelsea. Yeah. Look at Chelsea's next season. It's in the Russian colours. It's disgraceful. I mean, Scott, I hope you bring that up. I hope you bring that up on your podcast next week about their away strip, by the way. I'll expect you to grill that Chelsea fan. You know who I'm talking about. I expect you to grill him, my man. That is a horrible, horrible decision for an away strip. I mean, where do you stand from an outsider looking in? I mean, over in Australia, is there anything being said like the pathetic goings on in our media over here?
Look, I don't. The two medias are completely different. We're distracted down here at the moment because Dwight York's just got his first proper coaching gig with one of our domestic teams. So,
right, okay,
my local team too. So we're a little distracted, but I've only really got one issue with the kit. I think it's bloody hideous to look at. I mean, as an Arsenal fan, we're Kits FC. We've got the best looking kits in the Prem.
Of course you do. Yeah,
but look, that's about it.
Tablecloths.
You're owned by the Saudis, and you know what? I think your fans are already seeing this. But when there's that little bit of fear around your club, and when you start to get seen as one of the big boys, which you are now, people do take Newcastle a lot more seriously, which is why you're seeing the increase in hate. The more scared they are, the more hate, the more nonsense in the media.
Yeah.
Mate, just you guys you've had a lot of tough years. One of my best mates is a Newcastle fan. You've had a lot of tough years. Bloody enjoy it. Enjoy the money. Enjoy the signings, because there aren't.
You
many.
Never know what's around the corner, do you?
Enjoy it.
So why not?
Enjoy it.
Ahmed, thank you very much for your £5 super chat. He says, Saudi are our owners. If we want their money, we accept their adaptations. Love from Palestine. Lovely work, guys. Cheers, Ahmed. Ahmed pops on, quite a lot on this channel. And look, the fact of the matter is that, we've had a lot of Saudi people coming onto this channel and having a chat with us, and they've been absolutely lovely. And one thing they have acknowledged is that they do have human rights issues, and they have had in the past. But what they want to see is, because they're now, and what we've said on this channel as well many, many times, is that hopefully they can learn things from us. We can learn things from them, and it turns into a good thing. Rather than people shouting it down and just giving us dog's abuse, why not see the long-term goal in this? That, the women's team played it.
This is also Oliver Holt's opinion. This is Oliver Holt. He's just changed it. So to quote Oliver Holt, does it really matter whose money it is? Chelsea spend Russian money, City spend Arab money, West Ham spend English money. That is a tweet from Oliver Holt himself. So his opinions have changed very quickly just to sell newspapers.
Of course it has.
All I've got to say.
But that's how much of a dickhead that man is. I've got no respect for him as a reporter at all. The way he talks about us as fans is absolutely disgraceful. It really is.
It's abhorrent. That's what it is.
It is. Toon Dave says, evening all. Good to see you all, and glad to see Alex safe and sound back in good old UK. Good evening, the Fab Quartet. Thank you very much, Andrew. Jude Bellingham's brother Jacob is a player we are looking at, but Liverpool are looking at him too. I'd prefer the actual Jude Bellingham.
And Sunderland, apparently.
Sorry?
And Sunderland are, apparently.
Oh, they don't count.
Jeez.
Stiff Gator says must win game for Arsenal. Draw won't cut it. We can use that to our advantage. I mean, it's interesting, Danielle, because Arsenal, they will want, again, we're playing one of these teams that wants to bounce back from a thumping. We faced Man City after they got knocked out the Champions League, and now we're facing an Arsenal side wounded by that North London derby.
Yeah, it always happens to us, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I think the benefit, like you said earlier, is that we're back to a full strength team. Hopefully we'll see Shaw come back in for Lascelles. I just don't feel like Dubravka's confident when Lascelles has stood in front of him. So hopefully Shaw's okay to come back in. But yeah, it's going to be a tight game. Like, as much as I have issues with the cartel, I don't have issues with Arsenal at all at this moment in time. I think they've had a decent season. And I wish them well, but I think it's going to be a tight game. Mm-hmm. At the moment, I'm not as confident as everybody else seems to be, but that might change by the end of the show.
Danielle,
this normally happens. What?
Whoa! You're the voice of, the last few weeks, Danielle. You've been the voice of everything positive and never saying anything about Newcastle losing or anything. You just we're going to win. End of story. Let's move on.
Well, it might be like that by the end of the show. It depends what Alex tells us later in terms of stats and everything like that. But at the moment, I'm feeling a little bit...
Well, just remember, Danielle, we've never lost while I've been at St James's Park, so hopefully we can keep that going.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's it then.
Exactly. He's never seen us lose. My beautiful fiancée, Susan, is in the house. Mrs. Toon Review, good evening. Tom's taking tomorrow and Tuesday off. Wow. He's looking for a good time. Good evening, Andy. Spencer says, I'm not too optimistic about this game. Arsenal are another team that'll be looking for a response. 3-1 Arsenal. Oosh. Barbara says, congrats to Brentford for putting the Scouse Magnums back in the shit. Hi, Paul, Danielle, Alex, and Billy. Toon said, good evening. Anne says, hi, Paul and the gang. Hope you're okay. Looking forward to this show and to the end of the season and roll on the summer. Yeah, the summer's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. Ian's not happy with having an Australian guest on because you killed Neighbours. I mean, my mother, for one, Scott, is absolutely devastated that Neighbours is finishing. I remember Neighbours from when I was at school.
Yeah, same. Home and away and then Neighbours.
Coming in, home and away at 5:10, and then at 5:35, it was always Neighbours. It just, I mean, it was half decent back then when we were kids.
If it makes you feel better, it's been dead down here for many, many years. No,
really,
has it
been relegated to the afternoon time slot on?
Oh dear,
God knows what channel. So, I've had plenty of time to adjust to it not being here. So you guys will too. Trust me.
I mean, was it as devastating for you as some people in the UK, Scott? I mean, did you have a a day of mourning?
I was more of a home and away man, to be honest, and it was one or the other. One or the other.
You and I belong together, Scott.
Neighbours in the mud.
Yeah, you know what it is. I heard Home and Away in my mother's room the other day, quite a while ago, and I couldn't believe that Alf is still there.
Yeah, he still says he big glaw.
I mean, how old was
Galah.
Yeah, he must be about 350-year-old. Incredible achievement.
He used to be in Cell Block H as well.
He did
Many years ago.
That was a show. That was a show. Tom says, nice that you've said there's an NUFC fan represented along with Arsenal and Chelsea fan. Please discuss Mackham's got beat. Rich, good evening, my friend. Evening, guys. Good effort from Scott. Indeed, it is. Go and check Richard's channel out, by the way, guys. It is an Arsenal podcast, but some very, very good, solid football conversation as well on that channel. He's really trying to grow it. He's a very good presenter, and go and drop a subscription if you like general football chat as well. I mean, I subscribe to loads of different clubs podcasts, but it's good stuff. Evening, might have to get some of that merch. Indeed, you might, Sam. Funny how the best fans of London clubs never live in London.
Cheers,
well,
mate.
You couldn't get further away from London than Australia, I guess.
Because the people who live in London support Manchester United and Liverpool.
That's very
why.
true, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
We shouldn't forget that. Spencer says next season will be huge for Arteta and Arsenal balancing the Champions League and Premier League. I mean,
hopefully.
Scott, if you do make the Champions League, I mean, do you think Arteta's got what it takes to actually take you guys to the next level, i.e., competing in the Champions League, competing in the Premier League and the cup competitions? Is he the man to take you forward? Because we have the same problem over here getting spoken about Eddie Howe, or he'll be here for a couple of years and then someone else will step into his shoes. We don't particularly want that at the moment, but what's the feeling on Arteta?
Again, I couldn't give you a general feeling of the population, but I can give you my personal opinion, and I think it's similar with Howe.
Yeah.
I think that for Arsenal, if we were to get into the Champions League, fingers crossed, Arteta's not in that top tier of elite managers that's going to be competing for multiple trophies like we're seeing with, Pep and Klopp. However, I do think if we qualify, and they've given him a new contract anyway, so it's redundant, he's deserved a chance to have a go. And I'm not a fan of mid-season sackings. I think you've got to give a manager time unless you're looking like getting the drop.
Yeah.
But I think he deserves some. And I think it's the same with Howe. Like, you guys in this next season are going to sign a lot of players, and you're going to sign, I'm predicting, some high-caliber players. Mm-hmm. You're going to get people straight away if you lose or draw a couple of games.
Yeah,
saying, is he the man to handle the egos? Can he control the dressing room?
Uh-huh.
And I think, again, with Howe, you've got to give him massive credit for what he's done, and you've got to give him time. Managers need time.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, 100%.
Agree.
Ahmed, thank you for another £5 super chat. He says, Saudis are amazing people. The government is dirty. We have to separate the two. There are too many misconceptions by anti-Islam media on Saudi Arabia. Interesting comment. Stephen Fraser, thank you for your earlier super chat. He's now become a member again, so thank you very much, Stephen. Welcome back to the crazy family that is the Toon Review. Alex, I know you've got no graphics for us tonight because obviously you've been running around, but what is your feeling tomorrow? I mean, do we stick to the 4-3-3 formation, or does he change it up with a view to having a look at possibly next season, seeing how we can compete against Arsenal in a different formation?
I think he'll stay to a similar formation. I think this game suits the treat. I think it's quality with high pressure, lots of energy. Mm-hmm. So the Lands are going to be raring to go. This is essentially what we've turned into, is to pressing in the final third and just lots of energy. So I think the first, depending on what happens, that early 20, 30 minutes is going to be absolutely mental, especially if no goals go in. They're going to be, I'm excited for it. Yeah. It'll be interesting as they do have centre-back issues. Gabriel with a knock. Ben White was rested with the hopes of him playing. Little bit wobbly at the back. Xhaka again, despite improving in form. Still a bit bit leery in the last couple of. I've watched the last couple of Arsenal games. He's a bit leery, and it's going to be an aggressive game because Joe Linton and our lads they're not going to tolerate it. So there's going to be little handbags to an extent, I reckon, at times in the game. I think an early goal is key for us specifically. Because then they will they need 3 points. They can't take a draw. They've got to get 3 points.
Which is why I think it's going to be a brilliant game tomorrow because it's going to be
set pieces as well. I think we're massive for that. Joe Linton and Dan Burn. I don't think they're very good at defending set pieces. I don't think they're very tactically set. I don't think they're any good at set pieces at all defensively, and they've got a very short squad. A lot of young players, erratic movements, losing men, and typically if there's a mistake, a lot of heads drop. And I am impressed to see, similarly to how we've had it in our squad this season, when stuff goes wrong, it's a couple of their young lads that grind out, trying really hard, and that's admirable. And some of their older players need to, because it is frustrating to see as a neutral when people like Tomiyasu are working their the nuts off it, and Jack is kind of down tools to a degree. On occasion, he's been better recently, but it's definitely got drama written all over it. I mean, it's lining up for a 0-0 now, but the expectation with the pressure, formations, people need points. It should be interesting, so we'll see how it goes.
We've got a £4.49 super chat coming from Andy Barr. No comment there, but thanks, Andy. And Ahmed has also become a member of the channel as well. Thanks, Ahmed. One for your transfer sort of news or things like that, and just revising for. We got Jordan saying, would Dominic Sloboslai?
Is he the Hungarian? Yeah, he's been floating around. He was really good in the Euros as well. I think he had a funny game, but he's been around on all the football games for a couple of years. He's very highly rated. I'm sure he'll turn up in Europe, in one of the bigger clubs at some point soon anyway. Yeah.
Mark and Danny say, hi, hope you're all well. Watching from Suffolk, getting ready for daughter's wedding. Back home to Northumberland on Friday. Can't wait for Billy's commentary tomorrow. 2-0 the Toon. Andrew says it's the haters linking us to every shithouse in the Premier League. Lukaku, no thanks. Paul with Werner looking like Chelsea don't get him. Would that not be a push for us as he knows the high press very well? I wouldn't say no to Werner, Danielle. I think Werner would be quite a good signing for us.
Yeah, I'd take him. I think we'd be silly not to. And I think we've got to remember where we came from. We're looking at the question that we looked at in January. If you remember when all these players were mentioned and people were saying, oh, I wouldn't take him. Is he better than what we've already got? So is Werner better than what we've already got, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind bringing him off the bench instead of Murphy or Almer on. That would be a better option, to be fair.
Yeah, seriously, a serious upgrade. Michael says, I wish our winning on Monday wouldn't help Spuds. Of all the teams I did not want to help is that lot. Indeed. I mean, it's a sort of...
I have a better take for this, for the people who don't know.
Yeah, I know, but it's kind of a bit of pill known. I do not want to help Daniel Levy in any way possible. That man is another monumental bellend, and really don't like him. Alex, what's your other take on this?
Well, he won't spend money if he gets the place anyway, so that's why we want him to get Champions League. So my concern is that Arsenal have a very similar shopping list to us in the summer. So if we can avoid them getting Champions League football, that stops an extra piece of leverage on their part, because the bigger names, if it's a toss-up between Europa League or us, it's not as much of a pull. So it gives us a bit more negotiating power to hit our first targets and our higher targets. So I would much prefer Spurs to get Champions League just based on that set of those things. It would be nice to see a young squad do well in Arsenal, but it might hurt our summer. So I want Spurs to get it. Basically.
It's just one game, mate. Just look, I know we want to win every match, but come on, it's just one game. We need these points. It's Spurs. I know you're English, but God, no one wants to see Harry Kane succeed, do they? The guy's an absolute mug. Come on.
He's the England captain.
Well, yeah, I particularly don't like Harry Kane. I know he's England captain, and I will be cheering for him, obviously, in the World Cup. But, I just, I don't like the guy. I think he's a dangerous player. The way he backs into the defenders can seriously injure somebody one day. Darren says, hi all, hope all is well. Watch the Everton match and would love Ericsson. Mine Sky made me sick with the arse licking of the Everton fans. Was close to turning it off. Roll on tomorrow. That's why tomorrow night, guys, you need to listen to Billy's commentary and not the Sky Sports commentary.
Exactly.
Watch the game by all means on the TV, but listen to Billy's commentary because it will just be the normal. They probably won't even talk about Arsenal either. It'll be all about Tottenham. It'll all be about Manchester City and Liverpool. You're guaranteed that will be the case. Billy, Christian Eriksen, he defies all odds, really. I mean, I watched him this afternoon. He was brilliant again. You know, the guy is just an incredible. Well, he's an incredible role model now, isn't he? After what happened, for him to pull through that and then play like he is, it's incredible.
He's a fantastic footballer, and there was rumours of us after him in January, but I didn't think he was a fit for us at that time because we needed players fit and ready to go straight away. He had to have a bit of a get fit campaign. He wasn't ready to play for Brentford until I believe the beginning of March. Would have been no good for us really. But since he has come into Brentford's side, they've gone way up the table, haven't they? And he's been a catalyst of all that. He's a fantastic footballer. He sets up so many assists, calms the midfield down. Terrific player. And if he is available for us to go for in the summer, I'd be willing for that every day of the week.
Definitely.
Great player.
Yeah.
Great player.
Abs has got some news for that troll, Andrew. The Chinese produce virtually everything we consume, though Paul did offend them a few shows ago.
Yes,
I
true.
probably did. Good evening, China. Good evening, France. Good evening, Canada. I hope you're all well. If Newcastle sell everyone that top for £40, if Newcastle sell everyone that top for £40, the income will be 500 million on shirt sales, Paul. That's why they think we are injecting money the wrong way, as a whole country can buy them. Yeah, well, let them. That's how it is.
I wish they were 40 quid. I bet they're a lot more than that.
I'm sure. Will not be
quite
40
how it
quid.
works with shirt sales either. I think Tifo did a video a while back on shirt sales because fans quite in the pub. Fans will say, "Oh, we sell X amount of shirts, and the club gets this." It's not quite like a lot of people think. It's not as easy as that. There's a lot more goes into it with what actually translates into club funds.
Yeah. By the way, Alex, your mum's probably watching this, but I did have my yellow shirt on before, about 3 minutes before I was due to go live, and I had to run and change it because Alex's mum does not like my yellow shirt for some reason. I don't know what it is. Yeah, well, yours is just hideous anyway, Scott. Yeah, yours has a hideous badge on it for one.
I read on today, but it's not Man United. It's Isle of Man FC. So there you go. It's technically a national team, so it's
Fair enough.
all right.
Tom says, I'd buy a mug of a drink of tea or coffee, but I don't like hot drinks. Any plans to do pint glasses? Well, you can drink water out of it, Tom, or anything. It's a mug. You can drink whiskey out of it if you wanted to. Scouse Mackham's going down and the Mags are staying up. Indeed. Richard says, like, Newcastle need prize money. Yeah.
We do for FFP offset.
Yeah, we need it for
That's
FFP.
a very good point, actually. By the way, me and Alex will be doing a show on FFP in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned to that. Alex has done a lot of homework and is going to explain to everybody what the hell FFP is and how it works, because I do not have a Scooby-Doo, and I don't think half the football population has a Scooby-Doo how it works. But, you know, we will, because we've had a few requests to do that, so we will be doing that in the next couple of weeks. Current sales, Newcastle can do 33,413,660. That's a lot of Saudis. Indeed.
He just fell on the keyboard there. I'm not sure where he got that from.
No, neither am I. 6-0 Newcastle, says James. Good luck with that, my friend.
How about that?
Yeah. It's Ryan's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Ryan.
Happy birthday, Ryan.
Which Ryan?
Yeah, Steve's in the house. Lisa's seen some of the merchandise that you've created for the channel. Looks decent. I agree with Tom. Any plans to create a pint glass with the Toon Review logo on? Susan!
Yeah, I'll buy a pint glass.
I think quite a few people would.
Yeah, I'd buy one.
Yeah, Susan, there's another one, darling. We need to look into that as well. Loving that the Scouse Rats got beat. I think it will be 3-1 to the Toon, says Terry. Andrew says, Paul, I'd give my usual prediction, but I don't want to upset our new Aussie friend. Listen, Andrew, we know what your prediction is. Scott, Andrew goes with 7-0 every single Newcastle game, so don't take that to heart. But he does normally go with he goes with a wild prediction. Around about halfway through the show, guys, so just to let you know, if you are enjoying it, to please hit that like button for us. let YouTube know that something good is happening on this channel. Do subscribe if you're new, and also hit the notification bell so you know when we upload or record a video. You can become a member, like a couple of people have already done tonight, by hitting the join button just underneath this video. If you are on iOS, you may have to go across to Instagram, click the link in there. That'll take you to a desktop version of YouTube that you can see the join button on. And of course, you can donate to the channel like so many wonderful people have already tonight by hitting that $sign at the bottom of the live comments, and that will take you through there. And don't forget, merch is up and running. The online shop is there, the toonreview.co.uk. Pop along there. The description is down below. We just have mugs on there at the minute, but there is a lot more coming in the pipeline. But if you fancy having a Toon Review mug, something like this beautiful piece of designing, please go to the website and order yours. They are made to order, so as soon as you place the order, then once we get a batch together, we will send off and get them made. So thank you very much in advance for that. Right, Toonza says the stats over the last 20 games don't bode well for us. If we go off what the stat people say, now it's still not good.
Alex?
Yes, Alex.
Well, I mean, Arsenal are conceding 1.3 goals a game. They've committed 6 penalties this season, 4 red cards, 5 errors leading to goals this season as well. And they've not got they've got half-fit centre-backs. As has already been explained by an Arsenal fan, pressure in an away stadium, and it's going to be an absolutely rocking stadium. The scene is set for us to win this. It will be frustrating not to. It's all there for us in reality. People keep bringing up that they've beat us 18 out of the last 19 times. But on the flip side of that, we've only lost to Liverpool at home since December. So, you can spin stats any way that fits your narrative. It's just going to be down to what happens tomorrow. And we're both reasonably good sides at the moment. And I'd say, as the form table proves, we are performing like a top 6, top 8 side this calendar year. So it will be very interesting.
David Cook says, once again, Arsenal fans showing us respect. Spurs fans are just arrogant.
Yes,
I was going to say something
you're
else
right
there.
first.
You can use your word too. I think it's fine.
Arseholes. Michael says, I'm not sure Arsenal will have the same budget as us in the summer, or with or without the Champions League. They need a striker or two. Most of their money will go there. Now, Scott, Billy above you there is a very big fan of Nketiah. And there has been rumblings at Newcastle that we are possibly looking for him in the summer, because Billy thinks he is going to come on leaps and bounds in future seasons, under the right management, of course. What have you made of Nketiah?
It would depend when you ask me. If you ask me now, I'd say that there's a player in there. But if you'd asked me 6 weeks ago, I couldn't wait to see the back of him, to be completely honest. I to be fair for where Newcastle are in terms of their project, I don't think he's a man who would be starting for Newcastle. And the issue with Eddie at the moment is, I mean, if he wants to be a backup player, he can stay at Arsenal where he's been since he was a kid and be a backup player with us. But I don't think he's at that caliber to be starting and scoring consistently for a top half table Premier League club. If he went to a team in the bottom half, I think he's good enough to give them something. But the problem with Eddie, quite simply, is he's a striker that doesn't score enough goals. His movement's good. His energy's good. He's scored a bunch of goals for the under-23s, but it hasn't transferred over to the Premier League consistently. And I know he's had some really good form in the last few games. When you look at his season as a whole, I just don't think he's there yet. And I couldn't see him going somewhere, because I don't think he'll stay, to sit on the bench. He's been very vocal about wanting minutes. And I do think there's a player, but I don't think
he started scoring when he got minutes, though. When he got a run in the team, he scored against Chelsea, scored against Leeds, and that was his first real crack at a run in the team. And he did start to deliver goals. So I don't know. As a neutral, you could argue when he was given a chance, it did start to happen. It's not enough of a sample size to give an answer, I guess, but it's difficult to say it's not there, because he showed bits of it.
I'm not saying it's not there. I'm just saying I don't think there's enough there for a club with Champions League aspirations as a starting player.
Do you think he could be better than
doesn't want
Callum
to be a
Wilson
squad
as
player.
an Arsenal fan? Do you think he could overtake Wilson in terms of quality in the next 12 to 24 months?
Yeah, I don't see why not, but I also don't think Wilson will be your starting striker next season. If your owners are deadly serious, which I think they are, there's some nerves around the league about what you'll do in the transfer window. I don't think Callum Wilson is the guy for you to compete for the Champions League, and I don't think Eddie Nketiah is either. I think both teams need better. So, but look, there's a player there. There's certainly a player. It's just how patient you want to be, and you can't be patient at the top of the table.
True. Very true. Munch says, really like the away kit, but I won't ever wear it simply because it's green and white, and I was brought up in the blue half of Glasgow. Oh, yeah. NUFC, you're going to have to change the colour of the pitch because green and white is Saudi sports washing. Big Dog says, well said, Danielle.
Thanks. I've calmed down since yesterday, but the group chat was not fun for me yesterday. It was just bombarded with everything in any product I could find that was green and white and therefore owned by the Saudi state, really.
Indeed. Cool Rosetsky says, Newcastle, you must destroy Arsenal against us. I think that's a Tottenham fan, I believe. Adam says, I'd start Wilson and Trippier tomorrow. Also, there's nothing wrong with our new green and white shirt. It's the same colour of PIF's logo.
Plus, is it actually confirmed as the shirt?
Well, not 100%. Well, listen, I have a feeling it's going to be, to be honest.
Because if it's not, there's going to be some people with some egg on their faces.
Yeah, there's a few people on Twitter have suggested that they should backtrack it as a concept design and then sue everybody for defamation that's written articles about it, which I think is a plan.
Look, I mean, I didn't particularly like it at first, but the more I look at it, the more I quite like it. And I know, Scott, you don't like it, but, you know, you wearing an Arsenal shirt. I mean, it's you know, it's one of them things that I think grows on you. But listen, I think it's a fantastic piece of marketing, Billy, more than anything.
Absolutely, of course it is. It's got people talking, for one. People that wouldn't usually pay attention to our away kits, and they say any publicity is good publicity, don't they? And I was the same as you. I thought that's a bit bland, a bit beige. Not for me. When I saw how it was triggering everyone on all and sundry on Twitter, I thought, quite like that now. Yeah, I shall certainly be in the market for one of those if they do the sizes I will require.
I'm not starting to rant on Castori again. Absolutely not. No way. Tom says people should get Holt's name on the back of this kit. Oh, can you imagine?
Lee's getting one and he's getting salty on the back of his.
Yeah, salty. That's a good one as well. Yeah, exactly. Paul says, Football Star says, Paul, why nobody spoke about PSG, Chelsea, Man City?
Because it doesn't fit the narrative. That's why.
Exactly. To be fair, Ireland has the same colours.
Correct. Must be owned by the Saudi state.
Yeah, we're supporting Jeff Hendrick, obviously.
Well, of course. It's a homage to Jeff Hendrick's fantastic work that he did for Newcastle. I know he'll be moving on in the summer, but it's just to say, Jeff, we're bringing out a third kit or away kit, whichever one it will be, in the great colours of Ireland to say thank you for your incredible achievements while playing in the midfield for Newcastle United.
Speaking of home nations, Paul,
yes.
Yeah, Kieran Tierney, shout out to him being from the Isle of Man. He's not actually from Scotland. He's from the Isle of Man, but he should be playing for these, not for Scotland. So we don't have many professional athletes. You had Cavendish and Tierney. So
he's injured again, though, isn't he?
Oh, he's always injured.
I mean, dear God, he's got a worse injury record than Callum Wilson, and that's saying something.
I mean, why would you take a step down to play for Scotland rather than the Isle of Man? No ambition there for me.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
Billy, what is it with you winding up the Scots, man? Honestly, I know I start world wars every time I'm broadcasting live. I mean, China, Canada, France, they all want to knock me off now. But listen, you in Scotland, I think you should go to Scotland on tour, Billy, and just, make amends. Shake some Scots guys' hands and just have a good time. Ian says, how can the Premier League say you can own 80% of the club as long as you don't own it? It's nonsense.
Don't start us on the Premier League. I can't even today.
Steph will be buying the shirts. Good on you. Man United have had over £100 million in sponsorship.
Oh, yes. And their little friend, Miguel Delaney, doesn't say nothing about that. does he? No.
She's off.
It's all
She's going.
Do you know what? He really gets my goat. It's okay to put out tweets about Hitler running trains on time, though, isn't it, Miguel? We've been there before. That's why you blocked us. Okay. However, right, your club take £100 million from Saudi Arabia. Your employer has shares owned by Saudi Arabia. And you sat ringside at the AJ boxing, right? At the Formula One you went to. You had nothing to say then, though, did you, darling? When you thought our takeover wasn't going to happen, did you or did you not tweet out saying, I wonder if they'll come back in for Manchester United? I believe you did.
Oh, no, he did.
I think what Danielle is trying to say is screw you. Basically. Luke says Bin Laden's money bought Sheffield United. Well, I don't know about that.
Bin Laden was an old Arsenal season ticket holder.
I'm sorry.
He used to stand in the North Bank.
Yeah, I think he was educated in Britain, wasn't he? There was a big thing about that. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Billy. I actually thought you were just trying to confuse me there, because you know how docile I am sometimes.
An old season ticket holder at Arsenal.
How does that make you feel, Scott?
We probably shouldn't go down that road.
I've got nothing, but I am going to make sure I never piss off Danielle.
Oh, no.
Never.
The wrong thing to do, man.
Never. I'll wear that away strip if it keeps her happy.
Listen, thank you. Very
she
kind
does not
of
like
you.
Manchester United, Scott.
No, I don't.
Who does?
We got that audio recorded now for
Indeed. Guys, over 700 watching tonight, which is incredible. Thank you so much for your support again. Please do keep hitting that like button and subscribing if you're new. We have Ricard Anderson. Thank you for your 100 Swedish krona. Thank you very much. Wow. Great show as always. Greetings from Sweden.
Thank you for
congratulations.
Being good.
Did well in the Eurovision last night.
Yes, I was just going to say congratulations to Sweden and the UK. Listen,
and Ukraine. Come on, Ukraine.
Ukraine were always going to win it for me, and it was fantastic that they did. And it's a real.
Hey, I noticed Australia didn't give us any points.
Yes, what was the crack with that?
Listen, you sent us all your convicts many years ago. We're still not even. But you know what? You lot just ruined the Eurovision for me. It hasn't aired down here yet, I don't think. That was my weekend viewing. Nah, I'm all good.
Listen,
spoiler alert.
I actually enjoyed it last night.
We did.
I just watched it for Graham Norton taking the pee out of people. Me, I think he's hilarious. But listen, it was to see the United Kingdom actually at the top end. It was something that we haven't had for a very long time. But I follow him on TikTok. He's a brilliant singer, absolutely superb. And he's put some stuff on today about singing Sweden song as well in the foyer of the hotel with the Swedish singer. They were both singing their song and the English, the UK's one as well, which was brilliant to watch. I found it quite
touching today that the lead singer of the band from Ukraine was actually saying goodbye to his partner to go back and fight.
Yes,
today.
He is. Yeah.
I mean that supersedes anything for me.
Oh, God.
And absolutely, 100%. It was very emotional. And as much as I love to win everything, as everyone knows, I was absolutely over the moon for Ukraine, and hopefully they'll continue with glory to Ukraine.
It's more serious than people realise. I've just I got my hair and beard done the other day because I couldn't get it done where I lived in Poland because my barbers were Ukrainian and they went to fight. So it's so personal in these kinds of places.
Absolutely.
It's very scary.
Well, hopefully it will
Ukraine.
resolve in the right way. Indeed, massive. Steve says Saudi will never change if we keep shutting the door and keeping them closed off. Exactly. It's about learning and education and learning how different parts of the world work. Harry says, wonder what the odds are for Trippier to score a free kick tomorrow night to deny Arsenal top 4. Yeah, I mean, he is ex-Spurs, of course.
Please no.
Extra impetus, maybe, Danielle, for him to just curl one in the onion bag?
Absolutely. I don't think he needs any anyway, to be fair. I think he is raring to go. I think, we're seeing him and he doesn't look quite up to speed, but I think he's had an extra week now, and I think nothing's off the table tomorrow. Nothing is off the table.
It's a shame Willock's injured. We could have had their academy score against them as well. Yeah,
Alex, what's wrong tonight? Have you had some raw meat?
Well, I want to see the win.
He's seeing yellow. This is what happens when you bring an Arsenal fan on the channel. Wearing red, seeing red. Love it.
Scott, you know, if you've seen Alex on the channel before, you'll know he's very started up and he's very hard to get around. And if he believes in something, you just cannot argue with him.
No.
I agree with you guys today. I like Arsenal. I like that the fact that they did fall a bit, they've humbled a bit. And they've been a lot more realistic with football as a whole, about mid-table, about quality and about rebuilds. They're a lot more realistic and speak a lot more sense. And it's refreshing. But I want 3 points. So, sorry.
James says, Danielle, you can't be nearly 40. You look barely 30.
I am, unfortunately. Gutted.
I mean, you know, it's the drink, man.
Didn't start.
Darren says this crap with the away tops is a disgrace. Sheffield United were allowed because their Saudi prince was nowhere near as rich as us. It's one big F off to the rest of the league. It's funny in its own way. We've got a few Spurs fans in, not being too complimentary about Arsenal. Tom says white could represent the often cloudy white skies. Green could represent the colour of the Tyne Bridge, or it could represent the fact that 50% of Tyneside are of at least part Irish descent.
Well done, Tom. Excellent
indeed,
point.
Tom. Indeed. Luke says a World War II pilot once said, "You only take flak when you're nearer the target." Indeed,
they won't get anywhere near target tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
Jesus Christ!
You'll keep Saka quiet.
Scott, how do you expect to line up tomorrow? How do you see the team lining up and formation wise?
I don't think there'll be any kind of change. It's just, I would say we might play a back five, but I don't think we have 5 fit defenders. So I think we'll keep 4 at the back. Who they'll be.
I mean, I can tell you the rumoured lineup for you guys is Tavares, Tomiyasu, Ben White, Suarez. So the rumour is Tomiyasu centre back with Ben White, which I didn't.
He's played there before.
Imagine,
he played there in Bologna, so I've no issues with that. I mean, it's the best we've got, to be completely honest. I think Granit Xhaka and Mo Elneny in the middle, they haven't been performing too badly. It's up front. If Ødegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Eddie can play with their energy, can play with that high tempo, we can certainly press you into a mistake. I'm more worried about when you guys attack us and getting our wing backs, particularly on the back foot. Tavares is a very poor defender, and depending on who's running at him, there could be all sorts of problems.
I'll be very happy with Tomiyasu being in centre back, because at full back he's a lot more terrifying with his intensity. I prefer. I like that if he gets shifted, that's good for us. I think I agree with that.
I quite like Tomiyasu. I think he's a very good player.
I
think he's been a great signing. So striker-wise, who's playing for you? Is it going to be Nketiah again?
It'll be Eddie. Well, look, he might want to contract a few guys for next season, so he's going to try and endear himself, isn't he? I'm just hoping he bangs in a couple of goals. That's what we need from Eddie tomorrow. And what I like about Eddie again is that press, that intensity. We saw him, press. Who was it that he pressed the other day?
Leeds.
It had slipped my mind, but that goal was purely a reward for his work rate. And if we're going to get anything tomorrow morning for us, we need to work. Every man on that pitch needs to work their socks off, because whilst you guys would like the points, you don't need the points. For us, it's do or die. It's a cup final, to use the old cliche. We need those points, and we'll see how far this team's come tomorrow.
Ad says, I'm a Saudi and we have full rights and we love our government. Please, for who's singing human rights, stop playing with people emotionally. Journo's whinging about the colour of a kit. Just wait till the sponsor is slapped all over the front of it. What it could be, I'm led to believe that PIF are actually starting their own airline. So it could be that it's not going to be Saudi Airlines, it's going to be PIF Airlines, which will be interesting, or Aramco, of course. So that's just going to piss everyone else off as well. So we
all right for the Formula One, though.
God, yeah. But it's Newcastle. It's Newcastle. Aswin says North London is red. Newcastle win 3-1. Says a Chinese person, or could be Korean, could be Japanese. I ain't sure. It's what?
It's Korean.
Is it? How
Just
in
hand
God's
drawn
earth do you know that?
I like languages. It's my hobby.
I'm impressed.
Not me.
Holy
It's unbelievable.
Michael says Arsenal's weaknesses in this game, from a personal perspective, are their back line. Serious issues with who they have available. We need to attack them. Sitting back would be a disaster. We don't do well sitting back against teams anymore. As all Toon fans know, hey, give over. Good day, hiya, Guna fan. Hope you're well. From Ronald. Poor Bouncer the dog, says Andrew.
Oh.
I think Bouncer must have passed away a good time ago, Scott.
Oh, yeah. Poor Bouncer.
Or is he like Doctor Who and just keeps regenerating?
No, he definitely died, I remember.
Oh, I'm guessing it's a Neighbours reference.
Yeah,
Yes.
Bouncer used to
You
live.
can't remember
sacrilegious.
Bouncer the dog?
Oh.
Mate, I'm telling you, I'm a home and away man. If I had to watch one, there's no love for Neighbours down here. No
Wow.
love at all. Kind
Wow.
of like Tottenham Hotspur of television shows for me.
Fair enough.
Chippers is still heartbroken. Neighbours is stopping. Gary says Scott
sorry,
and
mate.
Charlene, those were the days, especially for
They're coming
you.
back for the final episode, though.
Well, of
aren't
course they will. Yeah.
Love it.
I'm not singing that song. It's depressing.
No.
Foxy's is confident we can get a result with a Trippier and Wilson back and Arsenal's defence issues. But if Arsenal win, good luck to them. Much rather they get top 4 than Spurs, who got another dodgy penalty today. Foxy, I'm right behind you with that one, my man.
Yeah.
And deprived Burnley of a point as well, which they deserved.
Yes, exactly. Fighting for their lives and then dodgy penalty yet again. Aswin says, do you guys follow cricket? Can you name any current English cricketers? Cricket is for people who have insomnia and people who just want to sit there all day eating pies and mushy peas and filling their bellies with pints of lager. It will send you to sleep, which is why every time I hear the word cricket,
We do this.
I do this.
It was a shame to lose Shane Warne this year. So
Yes.
And Andrew Simons. Yeah, Royce
Yesterday.
Andrew Simons as well. Yeah, absolutely
Really
awful.
sad.
And Rod Marsh.
I
They've
used
had a bit of a year.
Yeah, I used to absolutely love Shane Warne, even though he was, the way he was just a good laugh as well, wasn't he? He's brilliant personality
at its best.
Oh God, but he was the best at it though. He was, and I think that's why he was respected as well, because he was the ultimate shithouse.
he was so good. All the English kids when I was a teenager just wanted to spin bowl. They didn't care about anything else. They just wanted to spin bowl.
Spin bowling used to be boring. Used to be boring because it used to be the old men that used to spin
made it
bowl.
fun.
And then Steve, Shane Warne came into the picture, and that was it. It was just like
because you saw the ball literally do that, and you couldn't see that before with the old blokes doing it.
The man was a genius. The man was a genius.
What?
Yeah, unbelievable. Sam G says Arsenal are tired. They came from a big defeat. Their team is depleted. Newcastle will destroy Arsenal. Magpie says Aussies may have killed neighbours, but I'm still missing Biker Grove. Paul, can you say?
Oh, I can't see, man. I can't see.
My eyes! I'm blind, Dick! I'm blind! There you go. Michael Brooks says, good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Scott has not got an absolute Scooby-Doo what the hell we're talking about. He's thinking, what am I doing? It's far too early in the morning to listen to somebody screaming, I'm blind.
We've just ticked past 5 a.m. I'm certainly not going back to bed now after that.
Yeah.
I'm awake.
Just giving you the buzz like a coffee does, Scott. Just to warm you up, mate. Mike's has popped in quickly to say hi. An Aussie Arsenal fan. I'm telling you now, he won't make any sense. From a Toon Kiwi fan. Oh, yeah.
The old enemy.
Yes, the old All Blacks there down the road. It's not down the road when you talk about Australia because it's in New Zealand, but never mind. Alpha's still exactly the same. Well, thanks, Ian. Thanks for that. Prisoner Cell Block H was the greatest Australian soap by a mile.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah. No, I'm not reading his out because Cooler Risky. You keep saying the same thing over and over again about we get that you want us to destroy Arsenal, but you don't have to put it 13,000 times in the comments. Ben White and Gabriel is a doubt for their game. Arsenal's defense will be shaky. Too much pressure. They will bottle it. I mean, you have been known to bottle things in the past, Scott, as Arsenal. That's why I asked you before, who is going to turn up tomorrow? Are they ready for the big game?
We'll find out. And you know what I think will be pivotal? Is and I'm probably saying something really obvious, but the first goal. If we can hit an early first goal, I mean, I was about to say quiet the home fans, but I don't think you can quiet your home fans no matter what's going on. You've got brilliant support, but an early goal, give us a little bit of a cushion, and hopefully we can just then hit you on the counter, because I do think you've got players who will attack our wing backs and will put us under pressure. But I almost feel like tomorrow for us, the best form of defense will be keeping the ball and attacking as much as we can, because I don't have faith in our makeshift back four, and we're missing a lot of good players. So if we can pin an early goal, I'll feel a hell of a lot better about the match, because like I said, it's do or die. It's do or die. If we don't win this match, top four's dead. Done.
Indeed. Stephen Fraser says, so looking forward to my two teams playing, but hoping for a Newcastle win. And before anyone complains, I support the Gunners. I have to, as it's part of my military history. Fair enough. I fancy our chances tomorrow with an almost fully fit first team and playing at home. Should be a good test for where we are at the moment. The Sullivans was better than Neighbours. I remember the Sullivans.
I don't remember the Sullivans.
Oh, Danielle, you must.
Don't.
Never mind. You'll have heard of the Sullivans, Scott. It was massive in Australia.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an age gap or...
Man, have you ever watched TV down there?
Too busy on FIFA or watching great podcasts like this, mate.
Well, no, good get out. Good get out.
I've got to order my mug as well.
Yeah. Hey, get the other lads too as well. Well, maybe not the Man United one, because I know he's stingy.
Bugger him.
Yeah. I think the leak white and green kit is good. I'll be buying it, says Ash. Jude says these superficial reporters like to guilt trip football fans while tweeting from their bloody Apple iPhones, which PIF invested £50 billion in, not to mention its own human rights issues. Absolute hypocrisy. Indeed. But listen, these people are stupid because they don't understand when they're using gadgets and all of this kind of thing. That PIF, who's going through the till?
It was me, but I've got no idea what beeped. I'm not familiar with the house. No idea.
Dominic says, evening team. Great to see Alex home and safe.
It is.
Mike says, RIP Andrew Simmons.
Alex,
indeed.
is the dog back okay?
She's not here yet. She's joining us in a few weeks, hopefully.
Oh, that'll be a nightmare. Not seeing her for a couple of weeks. Oh, you're going back out there shortly, though, aren't you? You're going back out again?
I'm going to go back next week just to finish things off, and then we'll come back with the dog.
Yay!
Is Ryanair getting a lot of business out of you at the minute, Alex?
Oh, they will do. Well, we use Wizz Air at the moment, and they're Hungarian. They do all the flights in and out of where we are. So,
Billy, Wizz Air.
I was in Birmingham Friday morning.
There was a lot of Wizz Air going around in the early 90s, Billy.
Spurs fan was directing me to Birmingham International. It was quite funny. He was talking to me about how he wants us to beat Arsenal Monday. I bumped into a lot of Spurs fans in Birmingham, funnily enough.
Well, there's a surprise. Another London club who hasn't got any London supporters. Danielle, why did you sort of just cover your eyes when I was mentioning about Wizz Air there? You know what I mean? I don't
know what you were trying to imply, but I don't remember that.
No, of course not. No, definitely not.
No.
If you had to pick Newcastle's player of the year for this season, who would you pick? Well, we're not going to answer that. No. Shut up, Danielle.
Well, it's always Big Joe every week for me anyway.
Well, it is, yes. Shut up. She'll slap me next time I see her, but that's to be expected. We are going to be doing a sort of awards kind of show at the end of the season, so you'll have to join us for that one, Georgia. Geordie Metal says Toon to win 2-1 with Fraser and a last-minute Trippier free kick scoring the goals.
Get this Trippier free kick. Stop putting it out into the universe. If you're going to beat us, I don't want him to score the winner. God, no, come on.
That'll cut deep.
He scores a lot, to be fair. He's struggling not to score when he plays for us at the moment.
He just pops up in the right place all the time. Terry says, I see St. Maximan was doing a meet and greet in the Metro Centre. He was. Did you see Adam Pearson's photo with him?
Yes,
he got him to sign the sweaty top.
Yeah, but you know why he did that, don't you? Just to wind up all the trolls on social media. I mean, it was just to completely wind them up. And God, did it work. God, did it work.
He's clever, Adam. He's clever.
Yeah. Tom says, best Australian TV show was Round the Twist. Have you ever felt like this? Have strange things happened? Are you going round the twist? I've never seen that
Shout.
before.
Yeah, Paul,
Sunday
you've
morning
missed out.
fair
Get
that
on
was.
YouTube.
Yeah, Sunday morning hangover fair round the twist.
Really? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to have a look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Howe to be the first English manager to win the Premier League. You heard it here first. Aswin's gone on a bit of a... What's he doing? He's put loads of different letters in. The IFT pod. Please check out the IFT pod, Scott's channel, for our regular shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Who's just written that?
I reckon that could be RJ Awake.
RJ, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Could be him.
Are you Australians all the same? Like you wake up before the sun comes up and you're out for jogs and cycling and all of that?
Yeah, look,
Or
not
wrestling
cycling
or
for
whatever,
me.
you know.
I'm a bigger
charming.
lad, mate. I don't know how quick the bike could go with me on there, but we've all got kids. So when you've got kids, you don't choose
fair
when
enough.
you wake up. They
Well, that's a
choose
very
when
good
you wake
point.
up.
Yeah, I agree. But you go and check out the IFT pod, guys. It is a fantastic channel. Chelsea, Arsenal, and unfortunately Man United are on there, but they do talk a lot about the other teams, guys. It's a genuine football chat, which is great. I'm a regular viewer, and I like to wind the man.
Just come to wind the boys up in the chat. If you come for nothing else, you can give it to me when and if you beat us, and stir up the United fan for me.
I'll be there. Don't you worry. I'll be there.
He is a grumpy bugger, and when I was on, he wasn't too complimentary about Newcastle's chances of surviving it either. If I do recall,
you were getting relegated, Paul.
He did
I
indeed.
had your back, mate.
Yeah.
All season I've had your back and said Newcastle are not going down. There's no way in hell.
Yep.
We need to get my article I wrote in December and pin it on the season review, just so.
Exactly.
I
need to get myself back on there, Scott. I think it's time to give him a bit of a shout down because he was completely wrong. Shane, good evening, mate. Down in Australia as well. He's up and about as well. Get in there, Scott. Shocking time to be awake, but I thought I'd join you.
Cheers, mate.
Hope you're well, Shane, mate. Haven't heard from Shane for a while. Any news on War Flags display on Monday? Keith, it's going to be fantastic, put it that way. Yeah. I think they want to try and get everybody in the ground about 5 to 10 minutes before the players come out.
Yeah.
So they can really generate that atmosphere with the flags. So,
I think there's going to be things on the seats for the first display, and then after full-time whistle, the proper flags will be out.
Yeah, indeed. Richard says Xhaka has been brilliant this season. I think he's done all right, considering he's come back from... Well, he was literally dead and buried, wasn't he?
He's got 9 lives. He's like a cat, Xhaka. Every time you think he's gone and sold, a couple of good games, he's back. But, yeah, he's been much better lately.
Yeah, indeed.
He's Richard's favourite player as well.
Still 9 yellow cards and 1 red this season. Committed a penalty.
That's not bad for him. Not bad for him.
I was going to say, that's a rapid improvement, isn't it?
About half his tally from last season. So onwards and upwards.
Indeed. Ahmed says, I'm out for now, guys. Yeah, he did, I'm out for now, guys. Well,
he's being the James Milner of Arsenal at the moment. That's what he's kind of doing.
Oh, let's not go too far, guys. Come on. Ahmed's out for now, guys. Love all. Got my final uni exam tomorrow. Wish me luck. Good luck, buddy.
Good
luck. It all goes really well for you. Ronald says, I want us to win hard tomorrow and put the kids out last game and let Burnley win. Anything to get Everton down. Barbara says we're going to win tomorrow. The atmosphere is going to be electric, and I predict a 2-1 win for the Toon. Guys, what's your thought about the appointment of Majid Al-Suro as club director?
I think it's a great appointment. Sorry.
Well, I know what you'd say. That's why I didn't ask you, Danielle, because you just like.
I think he was there. He was there. I think he was there 6 weeks ago.
You're dead. I'm going to get you.
Dear, I love you.
I think he's been doing the role for 6 weeks anyway, and this was just a formality of adding him to the list because he was in one of the team photos back when I can't remember which game it was. So he's been pulling strings for anyway. This is just a formality that his name's on the thing. He's the Saudi golf guy, if I'm correct.
Yeah. I think he is.
So. Yeah, I mean, we need more people to start. In theory, that well done to the owners we've got at the moment because they've taken on a considerable number of aspects of running the club in terms of just everything. The transfer window, they had to get a consultant in, and then they've done everything from training facilities, all the temporary changes, the wages, club structure. obviously coming out of the pandemic, then on the club issues they've been doing, and the women's team, they must be knackered, so they need some help. So it's good we're bringing people in to start organising other parts of it with the branding and the sponsorships. They must be waiting for a little bit of a break, because they've done a cracking job so far.
Yep. Damien says, Toon review in the bath. So wrong, but also right. Well, you enjoy your bath, Damien.
Enjoy.
Stay away from Tony and Calvert-Lewin, awful strikers. Calvert-Lewin was holding his groin again at the end of the match tonight, or his hamstring, sorry. No, we don't need another injury-prone player. No. Brian says, I've rewind. I know you're live, but I don't like missing a second. Love you, Paul. I'll be after one of them mugs. Cheers, Brian. There's a lot of people saying that Jamie Carragher is a prick, and Jermaine Jenas is a prick. I would. Jermaine Jenas is a strange one for me. I
was talking about him yesterday, actually.
Yeah,
about how his heart always goes to Spurs and not us. When it was us that really gave him what created his career. It is annoying hearing him talk too passionately about not us. It irks me.
Yeah, but then it was a goldfish ball, wasn't it? He was under pressure all the time. He couldn't handle it. Dickhead. Damien says, I'd rather have Michael Caine than Harry. Not a lot of people know that. Well, a lot of people do now. Ross, I'm going to try and block you, but I think you already will have been. No, I'll just arsehole. Man United get about 8% of every shirt sold. There is a reason Adidas give them millions every year. The catch is they usually want your e-commerce. Retail at 90% plus all of merchandise revenue. You should do wine glasses, Paul, so we can drink our Coke from it. Good evening, John Sinclair. Luke says the Isle of Man to legalise cannabis. Go Isle of Man.
Wow. I hadn't heard that. Interesting.
So are you now going to sort of take a second thought to where you're going to live now, Alex? Or are you going back to the Isle of Man?
No, I haven't been there for a long time.
I'm going to open a chip shop in the Isle of Man, I think.
Chip shop.
Munchies.
Hey, good idea. Just on that, when I was in Amsterdam one year, right? I went to this. It was what was it called? I'm sure it was called the Green Temple or something like that. It was a pub. Well, what I thought was a pub, but downstairs was the area where you could go and entertain yourself with very long things to smoke. That sounds wrong in every single way.
It does.
But doobies, you know what I mean. And I ended up sitting next to a cowboy and somebody dressed as a Red Indian. It was the most surreal experience I've had in my life. But Billy, you might be right about the chips, because you come out and literally there is chip shops all the way down, but not selling anything else but fries. And that's the reason why.
Absolutely.
It's a good idea, Billy. There might be a business venture for you on the Isle of Man. Dave says pint glasses with Toon review and NUFC crest. I can't use the NUFC crest, unfortunately, Dave, for copyright reasons. But obviously the Toon review logo is mine. So anyone tries to use that, see you in court. Do Australians actually wear those hats with the corks? Says Ian.
Wow. Do you want me to answer that question, Paul?
Yes, please. Go on.
Mate, look, absolutely not. But if you do wear them, you're going to see it on the bush, because the corks keep the flies off your face. Yeah, plenty of flies down here in summer. It's not fun. 40 degrees and flies.
Oh, 40 degrees. I mean, no. Jesus Christ. That's hot. That's hot. My dad watches you all the time and always watches your live videos. He also bought one of your mugs. Thank you very much. You should have said what his name was. Keep up the good work. We will indeed. I went to a garden centre up near Newcastle Airport yesterday, and somebody came along and said hello. Watches us all the time. He was with his daughter. Me and Susan were looking around the aquarium bit at the time. I can't remember what his name was. I don't think he gave us his name, actually. He just said he watched the channel all the time. So if you're watching, good evening. Right, before you go, Scott, before you go and have some, what do you tend to eat for breakfast over there now? Is it sort of shrimp? I had to get that one.
Save the shrimp for a weekend barbie, but
Hey, there you go.
you were waiting on that. No,
No,
maybe
no.
bit of toast, and a double shot coffee.
See, you guys, when my uncles come over here for various times, and when he has his morning coffee, he has it like in a shot glass. It's literally like you just have a spoonful of coffee and about that much water, and because apparently that gives you the kick.
It's very Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Well, I do have a Maltese background, so look, I might do the same. Your uncle's got a good idea. Are we going to see the Toon review down under at some point, Paul?
Mm-hmm. Hey, well, you know,
I've got family over there. I'm planning on going there at some point. My
well, Alex, I'll
Depends
be
if everything
playing with you, but I'm just worried about the animals, if I'm honest. I mean,
Nah, you'll be right. You're welcome anytime. Hit me up if you're down here. Just bring me a mug.
yeah. Listen, I would personally, Scott, if you wanted me to personally deliver your mug to you in Australia, you're in Sydney, aren't you?
Yeah, mate. Sydney, Australia.
Well,
Scott, you don't have bats over there, do you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Paul, be careful.
We've got everything.
dog size ones.
bats.
We got bats. I'll tell you quickly. I work at a primary school. I'm a teacher in my spare time. The other day, we had a fox running through the school. We had to keep all the kids inside. And then 2 days later, we had European wasps, which are nasty buggers, and a red-bellied black snake on the playground, all in one day. And I
Well, you really sound Australian to me, Scott. I can't wait to get there.
Yeah, but to be a teacher there, I've got family who are teachers, and you've got to like pass. You've got to go and study about what snake to identify snakes, spiders, bites, which numbers to call. You've got to go on courses for that, haven't you? Just to keep the kids safe.
Oh, get me out there in a flash. Can't wait. Seriously. Honestly, I'll be shaking my shoes before I put them on every time. I'll not go to sleep at night.
I've got to shout out my younger cousin Sienna, who is I'm pretty sure she's in the national setup in Australia for the ladies. So she's in Adelaide. So I don't think she's watching right now. But yeah, well done. Keep going.
Gary, thanks for the £6.10 super chat. Paul, 1 spoonful of coffee and black if water is called espresso. I know. Good evening to the loaded lads. Great show, folks. Predictions for tomorrow. I'm going 2-2. I think that's Martin because he's put an M at the end. That's the only reason I'm judging it's Martin. How he's still not being locked up for his comments about the Chinese, I do not know. And hashtag Frenchness. Go and subscribe to Loaded HQ, guys. We are in collaboration with that channel, of course. The link to their channel is down below in the description. Fantastic Newcastle United-based show with a great bunch of lads. Great laugh, as you will have seen from the 2 shows we've done with them so far. Really good entertainment. So go and give them a subscription and yank their subscribers up to higher levels. Right, Scott, before you go, my man, a prediction for tomorrow.
I'm going to go with 2. It's not going to be popular, but I'm going 2-1 to the Arsenal. We need this. We need this. You want it. There's a big difference.
That's a good way of putting it, actually. Yeah. Listen, it's going to be a great game all around. But listen, Scott, thank you so much for coming on, mate. Incredible that you've got up that early to come on the show. We really do appreciate that. Say hi to all the other guys for us, and hopefully I'll be on your show shortly and discuss the survival of Newcastle United.
Yeah,
That's it, absolutely. No, it's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you for having me on. Couldn't think of better people to spend my morning with. So take care.
Okay.
Good luck, just not for this game, but maybe for the one after.
Indeed.
See you guys.
Take care,
Cheers,
Scott.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, bud.
See you, mate.
Aww.
Top man, absolutely
Love
top
him.
man. So please go and subscribe to the IFT pod as well, guys. They're absolutely fantastic. Even sometimes, obviously, with them being in Australia, it's difficult sometimes to get the rerun and stuff, or watch them live. Sorry. So if you get the rerun, go and give them a watch because they're brilliant.
You missed a comment there.
Brad,
Do you hear what I said?
No.
When he invited you down under, I said, "Will we ever?" He said, "Will we ever see the 2 of you down under?" I said, "Just wait till Everton get relegated."
Indeed. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Even in Everton. Bradley Big Joe says, "Hey lads and lasses, good luck tomorrow. Our Sanders should be a smasher. Can't wait." Yeah. Football Stars says Newcastle have been working on this deal since January. He's a top target, but Borussia Dortmund are now pushing. BVB have Ekiteke in their list to replace Haaland. As a replacement for Haaland, I think that would be absolutely mental.
Same.
Kev says atmosphere tomorrow is going to be class. Can't wait. Indeed. Right. It is time for our predictions now. Billy, who do you think is going to be the starting 11 and what do you think the score will be?
Dubravka in goal. Kraft at right back. Cher. Byrne. Target. Bruno. Joe Linton. Longstaff, unfortunately. Murphy. Wilson. I nearly slipped up there. And Ayers Ben. And I believe there'll be plenty of goals in the game. I believe we'll win 3-2.
3-2. Wow. I think there'll be a lot of goals in it tomorrow, definitely. Nick, I'm going to buy you off the channel, you cheeky get. There's no need for that, like. Absolute tosser sometimes Nick is. Right, Alex?
I think Trippier will start. I think he's going to be really angry that Grealish got by him twice. He's probably trained hard and he's ready and he wants to make amends for that. So I think it'll be Dubravka, Trippier. Cher will come back in next to Dan Burn with Matt Targett. Same as Billy's midfield. Bruno, Joe Linton, Sean Longstaff. And then Maxi Wilson. And I think Murphy might sneak into the starting lineup. Miggy's great and his pressing's great, but he's been a bit poor offensively. He might give Murphy another go. So I'll put Murphy in. I think it might surprise a few people. We'll see.
Indeed.
2-1 as well.
2-1.
I think we're going to win 2-1.
And who scores?
Wilson and Trippier.
Cool. Seattle Geordie, thanks for your $10 super chat. Very kind, my friend. He says, I think Paul was having a YMCA flashback in the Green Temple. Sitting with the Indian and cowboy. Hey, I'll tell you what, it was incredible. I know I'm off to wipe my face in a cow's arse. 2-1 Newcastle. Wilson and Targett. Love the show as usual. Cheers, buddy. Thank you so much. Brian's here. Evening, everyone. Congratulations to Newcastle United Football Club for their record-breaking performance, and thanks in anticipation to War Flags for tomorrow. Indeed, they're going to put on an absolutely fantastic
and the Ukrainian
display.
flag on the end as well. Good,
yes,
good man.
Roy's in the house. I put my lineup in the Facebook group. We'll win if that's the lineup 2-1 to the Toon. Yeah, I've seen that, Roy. And thank you for your order on the mugs this morning, my friend. Murphy has been here 4 years. Be a surprise if he does anything. I don't think Murphy's going to start tomorrow. Right, Danielle, what's your prediction and lineup?
I think the same team as what Alex said. I think Trips will come in for Kraft. Unfortunately, we will see Longstaff in midfield, and I think Wood's going to be benched. And we see Wilson up front.
Yeah.
I think Murphy will come in, and I think it'll be 3-1 to us.
And who's going to score?
Big Joe, obviously. To say Big Joe every week.
Yeah. How dare I even suggest?
Callum Wilson and ASM, just because I want him to score.
Yeah, I think everybody wants Maxi to get a goal.
Yeah.
Can you imagine this? Foxy says half-time Newcastle 0, Arsenal 4. Full-time Newcastle 4, Arsenal 4 with a Bruno last-minute left-footed volley. Still missed Tiote. Yeah, bless him.
We should have won that game. Nolan put one wide. We should have won that 5-4.
I know, we should have.
Yeah. The Mr. Arsenal podcast says, remember, we have something to fight for. Yep, definitely, 100% you do. But listen, we want to go out with a bang at home as well after the season we've had. We in a way, I think Eddie will send the players out saying that we owe the fans a win here, especially after the last...
They don't seem to be listening to the fact they keep overlooking this. Half of our team are playing for their futures. If they go out with a bang, they might stay or get an extended contract, and it might change minds. So there are a lot of players, especially like Wilson, Maxi's futures. Everybody's talking about that. There's a lot of key players who need to go out and put a performance in. So it's fair enough the club don't have anything to play for, but the lads on the pitch sure do. They're fighting for their futures. So that makes a big difference. That can't be stated enough.
Definitely. Andrew says it could have finished 5-5 that game because Van Persie missed one as well. Absolutely. Listen, I'm going for exactly the same team as Danielle and Alex. I think that Trippier will want to play, and like I said earlier, even if he gets 60 minutes out, just to start the game, because I think Trippier is going to know what kind of atmosphere we're playing in as well, and he'll just love it. And I am going 4-2 to Newcastle with a Callum Wilson hat-trick and Maxi. I think Callum Wilson will want to score goals tomorrow. And given the Arsenal have real problems in defence, I really think there's going to be a lot of goals. And I think Arsenal will press. I think it could be about 2-2 at half-time. And then we will press on and get 2 in the second half. Now, knowing my predictions, guys, please don't go along with that because I'm normally completely wrong with my predictions. But listen, I can definitely see goals. The Arsenal podcast says you're all too confident. Listen, after what we've been through the last 15 years, can I just say,
back your team, lads. You've got to back your team.
For once, it's nice for us to think that we might actually win. Listen, if Arsenal go on and win the game tomorrow, good luck to them. I don't have any malice with Arsenal. I think it'll be.
It's not false confidence. Go and pull up the fixture list for 2022. Go and have a look at our results and have a look at how well we played. It's not. Yeah. It's not just like confidence. It's not. What's the right word? I can't think of the right word now. It's not out of nothing. Like we've earned the right to be a bit more confident in our predictions. We're beating teams. We beat Villa, Southampton, Wolves. We beat a lot of people in Leicester. We beat all those teams in and around that top 10 push. And we've got 2 players back that we didn't have in that run of form. So I think it's fair to suggest we could win.
Absolutely. Chipper says Callum Wilson hat-trick. Have you been back to Amsterdam, Paul? Funny. It's just nice for me to be confident given that, Santos says 3-2 Toon. Diego says if we lose 4 in a row, that's squad need pushing down the tine. Ryan says I don't have malice with Arsenal either. It's their fan base that are a letdown. Jesus Christ. Yeah, but he doesn't have any malice against Arsenal. 2-1 win, says Chippers. The IFT pod says not all of us, Ryan, says Scott. Right, that is it for the preview show. Just to let you know what is coming up on the channel, of course, tomorrow night, we have the live watch-along starting at 7:30 with your man Billy. Give him your support, guys. Fantastic commentary. As I say, turn off the Sky commentary, watch Billy, listen to Billy as well, and he'll give you some fantastic commentary on the game. There will be no hiccups this time around. He will be broadcasting live from 7:30. So give him your support, guys, because he is a brilliant commentator. And like I say, he will be commentating on the future home games for Newcastle next season as well. So we'll keep the watch-alongs going for all you guys out there who can't get to the games and don't have streams, etc. So do knock the commentary off if you've got Sky and just listen to Billy, because we know what Sky will be on about. And then on Tuesday night, we have the review of the game. That's at 8 o'clock. So no fan forum on Tuesday. It is the review. I don't think Danielle will be with us for that one because she's got a very early start for work the next morning. But me, Billy, and Stato will be on.
As long as the M1's clear, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Got to drive back
so
down.
that's it. That's 8 p.m. on Tuesday night, and then keep an eye on the channel for the rest of the week, guys, because we will have some more shows coming up, and also recordings with any news that comes out of the club, like I always do, just to keep you guys all updated. Well, thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hit the notification bell. You can become a member if you like as well by hitting the join button. Please hit the thumbs up. Let YouTube know that something good is happening on this channel. Thank you to everybody that super chatted tonight and become a member. Extremely kind of you. Thank you to the mods again for the hard work behind the scenes. Thank you to you 3 for joining. But most of all, thank you to everybody out there for viewing tonight. It's been fantastic viewing figures again. We really do appreciate that. And don't forget to get yourself over to the website, thetoonreview.co.uk. There is merch on there. Well, mugs at the minute. A lot more to come in the future. But get yourself a mug. We will get them to you as soon as we can as well. But thank you for watching. Enjoy the game wherever you are tomorrow. And I will be doing a quick thoughts after the game as well. So stay looking out for that one as well. No, you won't. But thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. Take care. Be kind.
How are the lads?